Yes, sir.
We spent $50 million to redo Public Square, and it looks fantastic.
True.
And one man in one office in one building makes a decision that we are going to not open up Public Square. Right after we finish with the RNC, right after we finish with the Cavalier Parade, we're not going to open up Public Square. In a time when more and more young people are saying, we don't even want to own a car. We'd rather take Uber, we'd rather take public transportation. So it lets you know right there, that to me showed you that the conversation that we need to be having in the city of Cleveland is about the future. So you think about that a public square that's open to everyone, he makes a decision to close it to everyone as it relates to bus traffic. And that's not fair, that's not right, that's not open in a conversation. That's why one of the things that we say that we're gonna do is every Saturday, for 2 hours, we're gonna open up City Hall, open up the mayor's office, and let anyone come and talk to me as mayor of the city of Cleveland. And why is that? Because first of all, we gotta hear from the people in the city of Cleveland. I mean, if the bigwigs in the city of Cleveland, you know, if you're the CEO of KeyBank or the CEO of Eaton or the CEO of some big 500 corporation in the city of Cleveland, you can come and make an appointment to talk to the mayor. Well, why can't the single mom in Lee Harbor? I mean, why can't the factory worker in West Park? I mean, why can't the young college student at Case Western Reserve come and talk to their mayor and let them know this is what we would like to see done in the city of Cleveland? And that's about that's one of the main reasons why we're running, to open up this government to the people and the voters of the city of Cleveland.
I hear you on that, but there is one thing that I'd like to touch on, because it looks like with the way that we have a consent decree. And this mayoral election is like the only election with city council and others that's falling, you know, right in line with the consent decree and where it could and should head for the city of Cleveland. And what are your thoughts on that, and what do you feel your responsibility would be towards that being implemented?
Well, I've said all along that, first of all, we need to get back to community policing. And I remember years ago I was saying to my colleagues and saying to the administration that we are not doing community policing. And I remember it vividly because people were saying, well, he doesn't know what the heck he's talking about. He's just talking, he's probably running for mayor and all that kind of stuff. But then when the findings from the DOJ came out on page 58, I remember it vividly, it says that the city of Cleveland doesn't do community policing. They don't even know how to do community policing. And why is that important? Because community policing is just like blocking and tackling in football. It's the basics.
Right.
If you are not going out and talking to the people in the city, if you're not talking to the people that you were sworn to uphold the law for, if you're not even interacting with those individuals, if all you're doing is driving around, if all you're doing is going from call to call to call, and you're not talking to the people in the community, you're not talking to the people in the neighborhood, you're not doing the basics of policing. So at least the consent decree gives us the opportunity to change the problems of the past. And it's going back to, once again, this is about the future. We made too many problems in the past. We made too many mistakes in the past when it comes to police and the community in the city of Cleveland. And I tell people, all you gotta do is look at the Eric Henderson. The Eric Henderson situation is the highlight. It is the poster child of why we should have been bringing in the FBI and the DOJ earlier. For those of you who don't know about the Eric Henderson situation, it was the chase before the chase. It was a situation where Eric Henderson took the police from one end of the city to the other end of the city. He got off. He got off at 55th and Marginal. He got out of his vehicle. He laid down on the ground and he got kicked and beaten, got his eye socket kicked out. He then got placed in the car, the police car. He then was taken to the hospital. They dropped him off at the hospital. And no police officer to this day has ever been prosecuted for that situation. So when you think about what we should have been doing yesterday to ensure that we didn't have the 137 shots, that we didn't have the Tamir Rice. If we would have done that yesterday, we may not have had those situations that came after those. And that's why I'm saying this election is about the future. And that's why I'm running.
I hear you. And